Happy Transfer Tuesday. It is the second to last Transfer Tuesday of the year. So come on, time to squeeze it. I know it's holiday shopping, but don't forget to set a little aside for your future self. And my God, I wish this fire was real because I am frozen. I was not expecting to work in the field today, but that's all right. We're back in front of the Christmas tree. Because, hello, my grandmother painted these beautiful ornaments, you guys. She was so talented, including the best one on the planet. This is like a lifetime cherished item right here. Like, are you kidding me? I'm so grateful that my grandma was such a badass painter and knitter and baker, you know, all the things. Sewing, quilting. God bless her and her life skills. She is amazing. I do have a few money moves to share with you guys, but first, I just gotta tell you guys. I was like crying last night reading some of your comments on yesterday's video because, wow, you guys are so sweet and supportive and encouraging, and I hope you know how flippin' much that means to me because I understand it's so hard to open up about vulnerable things, including finances. So yesterday, I actually shared, I put the thumbnail of yesterday's video on my Instagram and Facebook stories and just like shared a quick snippet of like just being proud of myself for a second. And that's maybe the 5th time over the last 4 years or however long I've had this channel that I've ever shared anything about it or finance related on my personal social media, because it's so much harder to share vulnerable things like that or things that are just so ingrained in you to be cringy or impolite to talk about or uncomfortable. You know, all the dumb reasons why people don't talk about finances. It's so real when you're, I mean, it's social media, who gives a shit, but ultimately everyone, right? And it's such a hardcore fear of judgment when it comes to people you do know than it is you don't know. Because I have been flapping my gums here on YouTube for what, 4 years now? And I've shared like tiny snippets of it, maybe 5 times in that whole time on my personal pages, which is crazy. And I know it's just because it's deep ingrained in me that that's cringy and impolite to talk about. I know that's why. Most people said nothing, which is normal, but there were some that were just like, oh my God, it's amazing, congratulations. So there are a few people who give a shit. But not wanting to share this channel definitely comes from the beginning of shortly after I made this channel. I kept it to myself for a little while, with the exception of my brother. He's been like hardcore fan from day one, and I appreciate that infinitely. I'm so comfortable talking with him about stuff. He's the only person in my real life that I have that with. Everyone else, I would feel super awkward or uncomfortable bringing it up to them. But shortly after I started the channel, I don't remember how long after, but I was excited. I was feeling great about it. I'm doing big things. I want to share. I want to help people who struggle with student loans and existing in the world otherwise, or along with them, I should say, because they're there, they're here, they're not going anywhere. It was nice, I guess, to get encouragement and support from my brother, and just, I think that made me feel okay with tiptoeing it out to the rest of the family. But I don't remember how the conversation came about, but I told my parents, I was like, oh yeah, I started a YouTube channel. I'm like sharing every penny. I'm so excited. And they were immediate physical reaction was, ooh. And there hasn't been very many things that have taken the wind out of my sails along this journey. There has, but to that severity. And I don't know why, but obviously the ingrainment in me that is an impolite and an uncomfortable topic that you just don't talk about is a product of your upbringing and the environment you were raised in. I don't know why I thought that would be different from childhood. It's like they still have the same feeling about it, same reaction. I didn't let that stop me, obviously, but it's just like, that's why I don't share it with actual people I know, because I don't give a shit if a stranger rolls their eyes about all of my... Trust me, I get plenty of hate and criticism for sharing my finances. It's okay. Everyone's going to have a different opinion on every step of the way. It doesn't matter, to each their own. We all have our own stories, backgrounds, reasonings, everything. But when it's that close to home, it's just hard to... just makes it hard to share on my personal social media. And because I am friends with my parents, like, they're going to see it too, you know? And they did. And naturally, like, there was no reaction to it whatsoever. It sucks. I don't know why everyone's so hung up weirdly on that shit. But that being said, the comments that I got from you all of encouragement, positivity, support, just saying that you get it, you understand, you're right there with me, like, we're all in this boat at some different level, but we're all in it together. We're just trying to be better and do better. And the way to do that is information sharing, knowledge exchange, not clamming up and not talking about it because it's uncomfortable. So we just sit in our own confusion and lack of knowledge. And like, what good does that do anybody? But then there's you guys. And the positive comments just... wow, do they way more than make up for any kind of negativity or weird reaction or anything that comes from people in my personal life. Just so you know. I was just so emotional last night reading your comments, and that's strangers on the internet just saying you're doing a great job and thank you for sharing. And I just want you guys to know that I am so grateful for you all, and even the negativity doesn't matter. Like, there's something to be learned from it. But that's enough blabbering about that. Let's get to the money moves. It was not a pay week for me, so I didn't have any chunk to set aside for savings. If you're new here, I am trying to save up the full student loan balance that I have of $178,200, whatever. Trying to save up for that. Why? Well, I'm just trying to bolster myself for whatever the government's going to do with federal student loans. If I'm at least proactively trying to save up to pay them all off one day and be debt-free, cool. If that isn't what happens, whatever, I'm just making myself the biggest emergency fund. So last week, we left off with that savings at $33,140. Sitting in a high yield account, of course, because it's growing me money as well while it's just sitting there. Even though I didn't add anything to that account, y'all already know. I got a PayPal notification that Mark had sent me $80, and he said, "Happy Transfer Tuesday and happy holidays." Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate you infinitely week after week. And as of right now, any support I get from you guys is being added right into that student loan savings. So that $80 got added to the balance. And then today, I got a Venmo notification that Carol had sent me $150, and she said, "Happy holiday season." Thank you so much, Carol. You're such a gem. I appreciate you guys so flippin' much. Bringing the new total to $33,370. That's just crazy. Almost 20% of $178,000 balance. You guys are amazing. I'm so appreciative of you. All of you. Now, I do have a little bit of extra I can do something with, and I think instead of putting it to savings, I'm going to add a little bit to my Roth. Now, you guys know I'm not hardcore in the retirement accounts because I'm trying to retire right now, not at 65. However, I do see their value, and I will appreciate a little extra cushion when I am in my twilight years. Now, I've already done my $100 monthly investment, but you know what? I can squeeze out another $50. So I'm going to do that right now. Now, of course, I also invest in my 401k every single paycheck. But the Roth, she's got her benefits too. So we're doing that. Since I have not prioritized my Roth, I've only contributed now $333.73 to my Roth for the year. So I do want to do better for next year. I think next year, at least that's how I feel right now, I will probably start doing every monthly investment towards my Roth. I'm not sure. Nothing is set in stone, and that's okay. But that's all the money moves I got for this week. I hope you all have a lovely time with friends and family, and I will see you in my next one.